Which country will start World War III? Predicting which country will start World War III is extremely complex. Current global tensions involve many regions and countries, such as the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine and the tense relationship between the US and China. These tensions may escalate, but it is impossible to identify the sole country that will initiate this catastrophic event. World War III is an extremely sensitive topic with potentially devastating consequences. While it is difficult to predict the exact start of World War III as tensions between major powers are rising. Conflict in the South China Sea, territorial disputes and military buildups could spark a wider conflict. Expanding cyber warfare, a major cyber attack could lead to a direct military response. Miscalculation or accident, a small incident could spiral out of control. All of this information is entirely hypothetical and should not be considered a prediction or endorsement of any particular outcome. Imagine the world is on the brink of World War III. The global landscape is about to change. In this hypothetical scenario, the world could be divided into several major alliances. Let's examine these divisions and their potential strengths. First, we have the Western Alliance, which includes North America, Western Europe, and their allies. They are known for their advanced technology and military power. Next is the Eastern Alliance, which includes Russia, China, and their allies. This is a strong force with vast resources and strategic capabilities. Then, there's the Middle Eastern Alliance, comprising nations linked by shared interests and strategic locations. And finally, the non-aligned countries, those trying to avoid the conflict and remain neutral. Which group will be the strongest? It's hard to say. Each has its strengths and weaknesses. But in terms of security, countries with a neutral stance and strong diplomatic relations may perform better. Which country would suffer the most in a nuclear attack during World War III? It's difficult to predict, as it would depend on various factors such as chosen targets, the size and capability of the weapons, and the effectiveness of each country's nuclear defense systems. However, based on current geopolitical tensions and nuclear arsenals, some countries are considered more vulnerable. These include United States. As a major nuclear power and a common target in war games, the US would be a prime target for a nuclear attack. Its large cities and military bases would be particularly vulnerable. Russia, another major nuclear power, Russia would also be a prime target for a nuclear attack. Its large cities and military bases would be particularly vulnerable. China, as an emerging power with a growing nuclear arsenal, China could also be a target for a nuclear attack. Its large cities and military bases would be particularly vulnerable. India and Pakistan, these two nuclear-armed rivals, have a history of conflict, and a nuclear exchange between them could have devastating consequences for both countries. North Korea. While North Korea's nuclear arsenal is small, its unpredictable leader and willingness to use nuclear weapons make it a potential threat. It's important to note that these are just a few examples. Additionally, the global consequences of a nuclear war would be catastrophic, with widespread death, destruction, and long-term environmental damage. Which country would be the safest during World War III? In the end, the safest countries during World War III would be those that prioritize diplomacy, remain neutral, and have strong defense mechanisms. It's crucial to focus on diplomacy, conflict resolution, and international cooperation to prevent such a situation. Let's hope for a future where peace triumphs over conflict. Stay informed, stay prepared, and always strive for peace. Let's hope we never have to face such a devastating war.